Arnold stared out of his bedroom window, the morning sun casting a warm glow over the modest neighborhood. The small, cramped room, filled with textbooks and old notebooks, seemed to pulse with his dreams of something far greater. His family lived comfortably but modestly, their lives a testament to steady, unremarkable routines. But Arnold's aspirations soared beyond the ordinary. He was a young man with big dreams, dreams that seemed as distant as the stars in the sky. From a young age, he was captivated by stories of great successes and monumental achievements. His parents, hardworking but cautious, were supportive in their own way, but struggled to understand his relentless ambition. "Arnold, come down for breakfast," his mother called from the kitchen. Her voice carried a hint of weariness, a sign of the long hours she spent managing the household. Arnold sighed and headed downstairs. His father was already at the table, reading the newspaper. As Arnold took his seat, his father looked up, a skeptical eyebrow raised. "Still dreaming of making it big, son?" His father's tone was teasing, but laced with genuine concern. "Yes, Dad," Arnold replied, his voice steady despite the familiar question. "I'm working on a project for my business class. It's about starting an online school. I think it could really take off." His father shook his head slightly, a bemused smile on his face. "You know, we're not exactly a family of entrepreneurs. We've always worked hard and made an honest living. It's not easy to change that." Arnold met his father's gaze with determination. "I know, Dad. But I want to make something of myself, to create something that can help others and bring me success. I believe I can do it." His mother set a plate of pancakes in front of him, her hands trembling slightly. "Arnold, we just want you to be happy and safe. It's not that we don't believe in you, but it's a tough world out there." Arnold smiled, appreciating their concern. "I understand. But I need to try. I had this vision, and I'm going to make it happen." Later that day, Arnold sat at his desk, surrounded by textbooks and notes. He pored over business plans. The hum of the computer and the clatter of the keyboard were the soundtrack to Arnold's life as he worked tirelessly on his online school. His bedroom had become a makeshift office, cluttered with papers, tech gadgets, and empty coffee cups. He spent hours refining his business plan, designing the website, and recruiting a team of like-minded students to help him turn his vision into reality. One afternoon, as Arnold was deep in thought, his friend and fellow student, Sarah, knocked on his door and poked her head inside. "Hey, Arnold. How's the big project coming along?" Arnold looked up from his laptop, a look of exhaustion mixed with excitement on his face. "Hey, Sarah. It's coming together. We're almost ready to launch the beta version. Just a few more tweaks, and we should be good to go." Sarah entered the room, taking a seat across from him. "That's awesome. I've been following your progress, and I'm really impressed. But you look like you could use a break. How about grabbing a coffee later?" Arnold shook his head, a smile playing on his lips. "I appreciate the offer, but I'm on a tight schedule. We're so close, and I need to make sure everything is perfect." Sarah raised an eyebrow, concerned. "I get it, but don't burn yourself out. You need to take care of yourself too. If you collapse from exhaustion, it won't help the project." Arnold chuckled. "I'll take a break soon, I promise. Right now, I just want to get this launch out of the way." The days passed quickly as Arnold and his team worked around the clock. They faced numerous challenges, from technical glitches to unexpected delays, but Arnold's determination kept them going. The launch day finally arrived, and Arnold watched with bated breath as the website went live. The initial response was slow, and Arnold felt a pang of anxiety. He sat in his room, staring at the analytics dashboard, willing the numbers to increase. Arnold had been so engrossed in his work that he hadn't realized how much he missed the simple pleasures of life. One sunny afternoon, feeling the weight of his desk job and needing a break, he decided to take a walk through the local park. The crisp air and the sounds of children playing brought a welcome change from the constant buzz of his computer screen. As he strolled along the park's winding paths, Arnold's mind wandered to the future and the growing success of his online school. He found a bench under a large oak tree and took a seat, enjoying the tranquility. He pulled out his phone to check some emails when a friendly voice interrupted his thoughts. "Excuse me, sir, is this seat taken?" Arnold looked up to see a young woman with an inviting smile standing beside the bench. Her casual yet stylish outfit and warm demeanor immediately caught his attention. "No, it's free. Please, have a seat," Arnold replied, moving over to make room. The woman sat down, pulling out a book from her bag. "Thank you. I've been on my feet all day. It's nice to just sit and relax for a moment." Arnold nodded, intrigued. "I know the feeling. I'm Arnold, by the way." "Nice to meet you, Arnold." "I'm Olivia," she said, her eyes twinkling with a friendly spark. "Do you come to the park often?" Arnold shrugged. "Not as much as I should. I've been buried in work lately, but I thought I'd take a break today." Olivia glanced at the book in her hands. "What do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking?" Arnold hesitated for a moment, feeling a bit self-conscious about his success. "I run an online education platform. It's been keeping me busy." Olivia's interest was piqued. "That sounds fascinating." Arnold had been planning this moment for weeks. He wanted everything to be perfect, an unforgettable memory that would mark the beginning of a lifetime together with Olivia. He meticulously arranged every detail, determined to make this proposal a grand and romantic gesture. The day had arrived, and the sky was clear with a gentle breeze. Arnold had surprised Olivia with an invitation to a hot air balloon ride. As they approached the balloon, its bright red and yellow colors stood out against the backdrop of the morning sky. Olivia's eyes widened in awe. "Wow, Arnold, is this for real?" Olivia asked, her voice tinged with excitement and disbelief. Arnold grinned, taking her hand. "Absolutely. I wanted to do something special for us. I thought a hot air balloon ride would be perfect." The balloon's pilot, a jovial man with a friendly smile, greeted them. "Good morning. Ready for an adventure?" Olivia laughed. "I've never done anything like this before. It's incredible." Arnold helped Olivia into the basket, his heart pounding with anticipation. As they ascended, the cityscape stretched out below them, and the view was breathtaking. The balloon floated gently, and the world seemed to stand still as they rose higher. "I can't believe how beautiful it is up here," Olivia said, her eyes wide with wonder. "Thank you for this, Arnold. It's amazing." Arnold took a deep breath, feeling a mixture of nervousness and excitement. He had chosen this moment carefully, wanting to make sure everything was just right. He pulled out a small velvet box from his pocket and took Olivia's hand in his. "Olivia, I've been thinking a lot about us, about our future," Arnold began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "These past few months with you have been the happiest of my life. I've never met anyone who makes me feel the way you do." Olivia looked at him, her eyes soft and filled with curiosity. "What are you trying to say, Arnold?" Arnold dropped to one knee, opening the velvet box to reveal a stunning engagement ring. The sunlight caught the diamonds, making them sparkle brilliantly. "Olivia, will you marry me? Will you spend the rest of your life with me and make all my dreams come true?" Tears welled up in Olivia's eyes. The wedding day arrived with all the grandeur Arnold and Olivia had envisioned. The venue was adorned with pastel flowers and elegant decorations, creating an atmosphere of fairy tale romance. Guests mingled on the veranda, enjoying the beautiful weather and the stunning view. The large wedding cake, with its intricate tiers and delicate figurines of the bride and groom, stood proudly at the center of the reception hall. Arnold was radiant with happiness as he watched Olivia, stunning in her white gown, move gracefully through the crowd. He had never seen her more beautiful. They had just finished their first dance as a married couple, and the mood was jubilant. Arnold took Olivia's hand, guiding her toward a quiet corner where they could catch their breath. This day is everything I ever dreamed of, Arnold said, his voice filled with awe. You look absolutely perfect. Olivia smiled, her eyes sparkling with happiness. I'm so glad we did this, Arnold. I couldn't be happier. As they shared a tender moment, Olivia's parents approached, their expressions noticeably tense. Olivia's father, Mr. Ramirez, cleared his throat and looked at Arnold with a stern gaze. Arnold, may we have a word with you and Olivia? Arnold, puzzled, nodded and followed them to a more secluded area. Olivia looked worried but squeezed Arnold's hand reassuringly. Is everything all right, Dad? Olivia asked, her voice tinged with concern. Mr. Ramirez took a deep breath before speaking. There's something we need to discuss with both of you. It's important. The guests continued their celebrations, oblivious to the private conversation taking place. Mr. Ramirez and his wife exchanged uneasy glances before Mr. Ramirez continued. Arnold, he began, I need to tell you something that I should have mentioned earlier. You see, Olivia's mother and I have been keeping a secret. Olivia's mother nodded solemnly. We didn't want to interfere with your happiness, but it's time for the truth to come out. Arnold felt a mix of confusion and frustration. What are you saying? I don't understand. Olivia took a deep breath and stepped closer to Arnold, her voice trembling. Arnold, I wanted to be honest with you from the start. I didn't want my background to be a barrier between us. But now, it seems like it's causing more trouble. Tension hung heavy in the air. The happy atmosphere of the reception had shifted to one of unease. Arnold tried to process everything, feeling a pang of betrayal and disappointment. I thought we were building our future together based on love, not wealth. This changes everything. Olivia's eyes filled with tears as she reached out to him. Arnold, please don't let this ruin our day. I love you. This is just a misunderstanding. Arnold's heart was heavy as he struggled to reconcile the image of his new wife with this unexpected truth. He looked at Olivia's parents, who were clearly distressed. I need some time to think about this. Olivia's father nodded. I understand. We just wanted to be transparent. We hope you can work through this. Arnold turned away, needing space to gather his thoughts. He walked out to the lake, where the tranquil surroundings offered a stark contrast to his inner turmoil. Olivia followed him, her steps hesitant. Arnold, wait, she called, catching up with him. Arnold looked at her, his expression a mixture of hurt and confusion. Olivia, I don't know what to think right now. I need time to process all this. Olivia's voice cracked. I'm sorry. I should have told you earlier, but please, don't let this come between us. I love you more than anything. Arnold struggled with his emotions, feeling a deep ache in his heart. I don't want to lose you, but I need to understand how we move forward from here. Olivia nodded, tears streaming down her face. I understand. Take all the time you need. The evening wore on, and the guests continued with their celebrations, unaware of the unfolding drama. Arnold and Olivia were left to confront the reality of their situation, their wedding night overshadowed by the revelation of Olivia's hidden past and the impact it had on their future together. As they sat by the lake, the future seemed uncertain, and the dreams they had built together felt fragile and strained. The couple was faced with a challenge that would test their love and commitment in ways they hadn't anticipated. The days following the revelation at the wedding were clouded with tension and confusion. The once jubilant celebration had left Arnold and Olivia grappling with the new reality of their relationship. The grandeur of their wedding felt like a distant memory as they faced the fallout of Olivia's hidden past. Arnold was struggling to process the shock. He spent long hours alone in their newly apartment, trying to make sense of everything. Olivia, too, was consumed by a mixture of guilt and sorrow. Despite their efforts to maintain normalcy, an invisible barrier had formed between them. One evening, as they sat across from each other at the dinner table, the silence was heavy. Arnold finally broke it, his voice tight with frustration. Olivia, We need to talk about what happened, Arnold said, his eyes fixed on his plate. I can't keep pretending that everything is okay. Olivia looked up from her food, her eyes red from days of crying. I know, Arnold. I've been trying to find the right words, but I don't even know where to start. Arnold's tone was sharp. How could you keep something like that from me? I thought we were building our life on honesty and trust. Olivia's face crumpled with pain. I never meant to deceive you. I just wanted to protect what we had. I was afraid that if you knew the truth, it would change everything. Arnold's frustration boiled over. It did change everything. I thought I was marrying someone who shared my values, someone who came from humble beginnings like me. And now, I feel like everything I believed in is crumbling. Olivia's voice trembled. Arnold, I'm still the same person. My family's wealth doesn't change who I am or how I feel about you. Arnold stood up abruptly, pushing his chair back. I need space, Olivia. I can't think clearly with everything still up in the air. Olivia reached out to him, her voice breaking. Please, don't do this. I don't want to lose you. Arnold looked at her, his eyes filled with hurt. I don't want to lose you either, but I need to figure out if we can overcome this. Right now, it feels like everything is against us. The next few days were marked by a growing distance between them. Arnold threw himself into work, immersing himself in his business to escape the emotional turmoil. He found himself avoiding Olivia, unable to face her without feeling a pang of betrayal. He often stayed late at the office, working on new projects and pushing himself to the brink of exhaustion. Meanwhile, Olivia tried to reach out to Arnold. As the weeks went by, Arnold and Olivia found themselves stuck in a painful stalemate. The strain of their unresolved issues cast a shadow over every interaction, leaving them both feeling isolated and uncertain about their future. However, beneath the hurt and confusion, a deep-seated desire to mend their fractured relationship lingered. Arnold was determined to confront his feelings and seek a resolution. After days of reflection and heartfelt conversations with close friends, he realized that his love for Olivia was worth fighting for. He began to understand that their challenges could be overcome with honest communication and mutual effort. One crisp autumn afternoon, Arnold decided to reach out to Olivia, hoping to bridge the chasm that had grown between them. He called her and suggested they meet at a quiet park they used to visit together, a place filled with memories of happier times. When Olivia arrived at the park, she found Arnold waiting by a bench under a canopy of golden leaves. He looked nervous but resolved. Olivia approached him with a tentative smile. Hi, Arnold, she said softly, her voice betraying a hint of anxiety. Arnold stood up and offered her a warm smile. Hi, Olivia. Thanks for coming. They sat down on the bench, the rustling leaves creating a soothing backdrop. For a moment, neither spoke, each lost in their own thoughts. Arnold finally broke the silence. Olivia, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I know I've been distant and unresponsive, and I'm sorry for that. I needed time to process everything, but I realize now that avoiding the problem isn't the solution. Olivia's eyes softened as she listened. I understand. I've been trying to give you space, but it's been hard. I miss the connection we used to have. Arnold took a deep breath, looking directly at her. I've come to understand that my reaction was fueled by my insecurities. I felt betrayed and unsure of who I was really with. But I also know that my love for you is strong enough to overcome this. I'm ready to work on us, if you are. Olivia's eyes filled with tears. Mr. and Mrs. Ramirez, Arnold began, his voice steady but respectful. I want to apologize for the misunderstanding and the hurt I caused. I never meant to be deceitful or disrespectful. I'm truly sorry for any pain I've caused. Olivia's father, Mr. Ramirez, looked at Arnold with a mixture of scrutiny and acceptance. I appreciate your apology, Arnold. It's clear that you care about Olivia and are committed to making things right. It's important to us that Olivia is happy, and if you're willing to work on this, we're willing to support you. Olivia's mother, Mrs. Ramirez, nodded in agreement. We've seen how much you both care for each other. It's not easy to overcome challenges, but we hope you can find a way to move forward together. The evening was marked by tentative but genuine attempts to bridge the gaps that had formed. The dinner was a mixture of awkwardness and warmth, but it was a start. Arnold and Olivia shared stories, laughed together, and began to rebuild the trust that had been damaged. As they left the Ramirez home, Arnold and Olivia walked hand in hand, the air between them lighter than it had been in weeks. They were still navigating their way through the aftermath of the revelation, but they were doing it together, with a renewed sense of commitment. "I'm really glad we did this," Arnold said softly as they walked. "Me too," Olivia replied, squeezing his hand. "It feels like a step in the right direction." Arnold smiled, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. "Let's keep working on this, one step at a time." Olivia nodded, her heart feeling lighter. Yes, one step at a time. The path ahead was uncertain, but for the first time in a while, Arnold and Olivia felt like they were moving in the right direction. Their journey to healing was just beginning, but they were ready to face it together, with renewed hope and determination. As the first snowflakes of winter began to fall, Arnold and Olivia embraced the season with a sense of renewed hope and commitment. The challenges they had faced had tested their relationship, but they emerged stronger and more united. Their journey of reconciliation had laid the foundation for a new chapter in their lives, and they were eager to start this new beginning together. The chapter opens with Arnold and Olivia moving into a charming apartment in a quiet part of town. The apartment was cozy, with warm wooden floors and large windows that allowed them to watch the snowfall from the comfort of their living room. It was a fresh start, symbolizing their commitment to building a life together. One chilly morning, as they unpacked boxes and decorated their new home, Olivia looked around with a contented smile. "I can't believe how much we've accomplished," she said, arranging a vase of fresh flowers on the dining table. Arnold, carrying a box of books, glanced at her with a warm expression. "I know. It feels good to finally be settling in. It's like we're starting a new adventure." Olivia laughed softly. "And it's one we're starting together." Arnold put down the box and walked over to her, wrapping his arms around her waist. "I'm so glad we're doing this. I feel like we're on the verge of something great." Olivia leaned into him, her eyes sparkling with affection. "Me too. And this time, I'm not just hopeful, I'm confident. We faced so much and come through stronger. I believe we can handle anything that comes our way." Their days were filled with small but meaningful moments of togetherness. They explored their new neighborhood, finding quaint cafes and hidden parks. They cooked meals together, enjoyed movie nights, and shared dreams for the future. The connection they had rekindled grew deeper with each passing day. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace with a glass of wine, Arnold turned to Olivia with a thoughtful expression. "I've been thinking a lot about our future. I want to make sure we're on the same page about what's next for us." Olivia looked at him curiously. "What do you have in mind?" As the evening progressed, their friends and family gathered around to offer their congratulations and well wishes. Olivia's parents, who had come to accept Arnold, expressed their happiness for the couple. They shared a heartfelt toast, acknowledging the growth and resilience of their daughter and her partner. To Arnold and Olivia, Mr. Ramirez said, raising his glass, "May your life together be filled with love, laughter, and endless happiness. You've both shown incredible strength and commitment, and I'm proud to welcome Arnold into our family." Olivia's mother, Mrs. Ramirez, added, "May your new home be a place of joy and peace. You've worked so hard to get here, and I'm thrilled to see you both so happy." As the evening drew to a close, Arnold and Olivia stood together on their balcony, gazing out at the snow-covered city. The lights of the city twinkled below, and the air was crisp and fresh. Arnold wrapped his arms around Olivia, pulling her close. "This is our new beginning," he said softly, "and I'm excited to experience it all with you." Olivia nestled against him, her heart full. I'm excited too. Together, we can build a beautiful future. They stood there for a while, savoring the moment and the promise of their shared future. The challenges they had faced were now behind them, and ahead of them was a new chapter, one filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities. As the snow continued to fall, Arnold and Olivia knew that their journey was just beginning. They were ready to embrace whatever came their way, hand in hand, with hearts full of love and anticipation for the future.